is our first time doing this installation manual issue here as far as the machine itself. Today we're just going to address the K8 as well as the SD5. So if you have questions regarding the Super or any other machine, that's going to be another seminar because you can't get it all in one. All right. So our goals for this presentation, we want to provide customers, distributors with vital information regarding the service department for packaging machine. So our big issue is as far as sending your machine for service. So after you bought the machine, you had it for a year, you can always drive down to location. The only location actually here in California. So if you're in Texas or Arizona, you have to have your machine shipped to us. So our biggest issue is having your machine shipped the correct way. So we have these box inserts here. I'm actually going to show you how to package it here. And our box has inserts designed to hold the machine in an upright position. So it makes it safe for shipping. So if you have the SD501, this model here, you're going to have a diverter, you got covered tanks here. So these things you want to remove. The tank itself, enhancer tank for sure. There's like a little label top here that tells you to actually remove it. So some people send it in, it can be a very costly repair. About $600 to fix it if the enhancer damage gets on the power supply. So if you have customers,
avoids the warranty too, that's what I found out.
well, you have to buy extended warranty, it's going to be like $500 to buy that warranty. Because you have enhancer damage on your power supply as well as your sensors here.
Well, it eliminates your original warranty. And then you have to purchase extended warranty.
You still have that warranty in place, but you'll need the extended warranty for that repair. So basically, it does void the warranty.
Exactly.
All right. How you doing?
Original.
All right. We're also going to be moving the cover here. And also your diverter here. You can take off your cap. This is how you want to ship your machine in. You want to leave your hoses intact. Please do not take off your hoses. When you do a deep cleaning, we clean these all the way out. Solution runs through all hoses, cleans everything out. And also, you run the risk of taking off your hoses, cracking the base. It's very easy to use the elbow here, turn it off, and crack the base. Base repairs, $42 for the base, $75 for labor. So if you want to save yourself money, customers money, leave your hoses intact.
What about the filter?
You can leave the filter intact. When filters like this, it will not leak. It's just we'll test the filter once we service it and we'll send it back to you. Now you can remove it if you like. You don't have to.
Sometimes when I travel, you go through the check.
Right. No, this is just strictly from shipping in.
Okay.
Like FedEx or UPS, if you're gonna ship it in. If you're going through the airport, definitely want to remove this. But like FedEx, UPS, Postal Service, you can leave it inside here. And also, you have like little caps for back here. There's a red cap. There should be a blue cap somewhere. But you want to cap this off so water doesn't leak inside your box. So I'm going to show you this insert here, so you can see inside here. It's designed to hold it in an upright position here. Now you can buy this box. It's $5 for the box and $5 for the insert. So you have customers that want to ship their machines in, and they don't want to use the original box. They can use this box here.
So let's say they want ENAGIC to ship them the box out to them?
We'll send a loaner, we won't send an initial box. So if they want to buy a box, we can actually send them a loaner, and it comes with this box. And they'll put their machine inside this box and ship it back to us.
So they want to order the box.
Yeah, they can
let
order.
the ENAGIC know,
Yeah, we can
ship it out to them?
Yeah, ship the box. Or you can go to your local UPS store, FedEx, and we'll walk around so everybody can see how this holds it in place, so your machine won't be damaged. A lot of customers are concerned about their machines being damaged during shipping, and the insert is going to go on top to hold it in place.
You should take off the caps, the lids.
Yeah, yeah. And how it holds it in place, there's an insert on the very top here. It fits right over Flexos. It holds it right in place.
Everything comes with a box.
Yes, $10. The box and the inserts,
okay.
Yeah. So your machine's like this, it just holds it in place. You're ready to go. So you have customers that are in Arizona, Oregon, anywhere, it's easy to search.
Do they sell it on the ENAGIC website?
No, actually we have to get it here.
Okay. So
So
for
we're just
those
trying to
who
implement-
are, like, for instance, out of state, where do they have to call ENAGIC to purchase this box?
Well, the box is a new thing for us as far as offering it to customers, so it's new with Mr. Preclude. So
Okay.
I'm following his lead on that right now.
Okay, all right.
We're trying to help people send their machines into service.
All right.
So it'll be up to us to get those boxes to whoever we work with.
Yeah, I'd say when someone actually gets a machine, they don't get that box at that time, so when they get their machine serviced, they have that box.
Okay.
So say you sell a machine, you're gonna get your original box, go ahead and get that $10, have that box when they're ready to ship it in.
Right.
That way, yeah, make it easy for you. All right, so I'm gonna provide you with some information here, and also provide you with some options as far as machine servicing, shipping labels. Yes, sir. And also go over the importance of home e-clean system. We started the e-cleaning with the K machine here, but also the SD501. I'm gonna show you an e-cleaning video for that. And also go over the cost of service being an original owner versus a secondary owner. So they're more expensive than a secondary owner. So something to think about there. And also dealing with connection issues and troubleshooting as far as like calcium in plates, any kind of getting those things like that. And it goes through those things here. And also the 5 must-haves the distributors have to have. Well, actually, we'll get that for you right now. So if you're selling these machines, I recommend you guys all have these. The K8 manual. If you're new to the business and you're building a business, find this manual. Have this manual. Have the SD501 manual. That way you can always help your customers as far as troubleshooting here. pH drops to test your customer's pH. Definitely need to have this, 9.5. And then also chlorine drops to test your filter and your strong acid. $5, all $5 here. And also our email address, service_LA@enagic.com. Any issues, just email us, we'll email you right back. And there's also a toll-free number here, 866-261-9500. This is after the service department, and they'll push you right through. So say your customer lives in Oregon and want to have a shipping label email to them. This is how you actually can do it. You send your email to the service LA@enagic.com. You can call that service number. And the shipping is each way is $23. For the super, it's $41 each way. And the SD501 faucet is $12 each way. Now, if you want an email label or a fax to you, it's about within 2 business days. We need you to include your first and last name and the customer's ID number, so we can match it up with the serial numbers. Also the address and contact number. The serial number as well, what model, the SD501, K8, but also the reason for the service. If it's leaking, deep cleaning, monocid cleaning, no power, let us know so the technician can address that issue for you. And how you would like to receive your label. You can get it emailed to you, you can actually get it sent to you in the mail, or we can fax it to you. Anybody have any questions so far?
Do you want us to have a Q&A at the end of your thing, or just
Oh, we can go as long go along. We'll still do a Q&A at the very end,
Yeah.
but if you have a couple of questions while we're addressing it, I can just stop and address it. Okay, shipping service options here. So the service repair request. Same thing if you walked in and brought your machine in, also should you send your machine out. So we're gonna know complete service request. So your customer's name, which is Nancy Hines right here, the address, zip code, telephone number, and now we would like to have their email address. That way, because our lines get kind of busy here, you can't get through. So that way, if we can email information, or as far as any kind of question you have regarding the machine, we can get to them right away. And also the model, SD501, and the serial number. And please check all the repair requests. Please do not leave anything blank here. You see a new filter right here, a deep cleaning, also external cleaning, and something we can address, notice of cleaning. Why is my machine saying notice of cleaning? So any technician that actually gets the machine can actually service it.
Why,
Yeah. Yes.
why does it say notice of cleaning? Because mine does that often.
Your sensors could be getting ready to go out. You could have excess amount of calcium on your plates. So it's cleaning more often than it has to. So you'll see more water going out your secondary hose versus, it should be a 2-to-1 ratio. It starts becoming a 1 ratio to 2. You get too many barrels.
Okay.
Are you guys still offering the filters at like $100 if they replace it while it's in service?
If they're the original owner.
Okay.
Yeah. If not the original owner, it's $120.
Okay. So that's good for you guys to inform your clients. If they're the original owner and they send the machine in once a year for deep cleanings, let them know that if they replace it while it's in service, they'll get $20 discount on the filter replacement.
And then the shipping instructions. Now, when you send shipping instructions, we're telling you to remove all those things. In SD 501, the diverter, the tank, the covers, those things we want you to remove from the machine. They get lost in transition, they can actually damage your machine, and what you can go by what's on the repair request. So most importantly, the enhancer tank. Please remove the enhancer tank. We can't stress that enough. It's a costly repair. I hate making those phone calls. I hate hearing back from it, but I have to address it. So, and it's a little label on the top here. And then also on this tank here, well, tells you to move the tank as well. And this is what the shipping label will look like here. So you have to verify the information here. It's actually going to be through FedEx. And this is our tracking number. The 4772 number, that's our direct ENAGIC number. So anything that has those prefix 4 numbers there, it's our product, it's our label. We're responsible for it. Make sure you write down the shipping label when you ship it off. That way you can track it through FedEx. And actually put a copy of the repair request inside the box before you seal it. Otherwise, we just get the machine, we're trying to find out what's going on. If you see right here, it's starting to cascade out the cleaning period. That's how it should go. And then drop the box off to your nearest FedEx, where they can't pick it up for you. It's extra cost for that, but any FedEx that's close to you, you can drop it off there. And this is actually gonna have your information here too. Your serial number, double pointer here. Your serial number is gonna be tagged to it, and also the reason for service. But the technician who actually emails you to you, will actually have it on there for you.
Usually the cost for shipping out, what's the
$23.
20?
Yeah, 23.
23.
23 up to us, 23 back. No matter for the United States, $23. It's gonna take longer to get there if it's like New York or Orlando.
That's throughout the nation.
Yep, yeah, $23. Okay, we all service prices effective January 1st. We made some changes before. If you weren't the original owner, you got the discount price at $40. Now that's changed as of the 1st. So if you're a registered owner, deep clean price is $40. If you are not the original owner, it's going to be $50 for deep clean service. Same thing with the filter sale. Discount price, $100. If you're not, it's still $120. The K8 discount price, registered owner, $110. Not registered, $130. Now, this is the area that we service here in ENAGIC. Even though we're the hub here in California, we still get machines from all over the place. So our turnaround time varies from month to month, week to week. So we have an office here in Washington, one in Texas, Illinois, New York, and Florida, and one in Hawaii.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Let's say someone buy it on Amazon or something like that. You know, that's a question that came up, you know, because sometimes they offer or less or whatever. Let's say a person decided to buy that.
Okay.
Can they still get service with ENAGIC?
They can still get service, yes,
still
but they
can
pay a
get
different price. It's a different price.
It's a different price.
It's a little bit more of a upcharge.
Okay. So, you know, sometimes I try to remind them that it's not the best way to go because the warranty
I mean, it's
is
not more
covered,
expensive,
right?
yeah.
Secondhand, whatever.
Right.
What kind of problem would they face if that's the case?
Not being an original owner, say power supply goes out. Most expensive part next to the plates of the machine. It's gonna be like $800 for the power supply. Versus the original owner, it's about $379. So it's a little bit more expensive in service.
So we can say that if they decide to buy one of them on Amazon, it's not trustworthy, right?
It's not the best way to go unless you really know the person you're buying it from.
Right.
You can't recommend buying it from second rate because they won't receive the warranty and also the service.
Yeah.
So if you're the original owner, you can constantly buy the extended warranty to keep your machine intact. But if not, I think you actually can buy the extended warranty, but it's a lot more money. So if they're not the original owner, they can register it, be a registered user, but the warranty is gonna be a lot more expensive. The original is gonna be $350, and then for them it's like $800.
If they buy it, can they buy an extended warranty with ENAGIC?
They can for a lot more money. Yeah, they don't get this, it's a lot more
But
money.
like, you know, when you're talking about the original owner, sometimes like, you know, the son or daughter, you know, like take the machine from their parents.
Right.
Do you still consider it's a second owner? As long as it's the main name change is properly
it's the main,
done?
Yeah, the main nucleus of the family, they can.
Okay.
But it has to be transferred into their name.
Okay, but like, as long as that their name is registered in their system,
They can
you consider it's original owner, right?
Yeah, it's be like a parent to child,
Right,
that kind of thing, or
You gotta do a transfer form.
transfer form. And that'd be approved by the sales department, so they approve all the transfer forms. I think it's like $50 to
Yeah.
transfer your name. Anybody else have questions? All right.
How often can you do that?
First, transfer it into their name. It just depends how big the family is. It just, they have different ways. I mean, that's guidelines through sales. So this is all new to us as a first of the year, as far as registered owners being able to get an ID number. It's all new, so we're still trying to figure out the kinks of it, how it's actually gonna work. So it's, just kind of making adjustments as we go along.
Okay.
All right, 6 points of deep cleaning. So most people think technicians be this one solution for you, take your money and throw away your machine, take your money. That's too expensive. You spent $5,000 for a machine. This is our 6-point deep cleaning system we actually use. This is what we do on each machine that we actually use. We have to open and inspect the machine for leaks and issues. Because once we open up the machine, you can see if things are leaking there, diagnose it for you. That's part of the deep cleaning. It's all $40. So we don't just want your solution there, send the machine back and say, hey, no calcium. Also inspect the tubing for clots and worn areas. So if you start getting worn areas, it can actually leak and be more expensive to you, like your pumps itself. Where it connects to the plates itself, it starts to wear there a little bit, water can leak out and damage the soap. That's part of it. Take care of that, fix that during the deep cleaning process. It doesn't cost you any money. We just make those adjustments for you. Also, we provide deep cleaning service solutions to strip down plates for excess minerals, calcium, blockage, and pressure. So, this is what your plates will look like if you do not do the deep cleaning on a regular basis. This is excess calcium here. This is what your plates look like. I'll walk out here. We'll walk around. So the leaks there, we open up your plates. This is the issue here. This is going to prevent you from getting proper pH, the proper RP. So when we say do the e-cleaning, we're not just trying to take your money, we're trying to help you protect your plates and quality of the machine. Otherwise, you're not getting the health benefits of it. That's excess calcium, magnesium on the plates. They crack the plates.
That looks really disgusting.
Yeah, and then water goes in this and you drink that.
Or natural.
Yeah.
So, Patrick, how does that happen where it gets like that?
It's going to be the water source, like using the water for a little bit and then not using it. Then the water kind of dry on the plates, so not using it on a regular basis, and also your water source. So say Beverly Hills has really hard water. It's a nice area, but really hard water. So they need pre-filters to not prevent this from happening. That's why the importance of doing the e-cleaning once a month, sometimes twice a month. It keeps this from happening.
Okay, so, I'm sorry. So, I was gonna ask that, because you kind of answered, about pre-filters, it's a positive to have them, because it kind of helps for the plates as well as takes most of the load off the unit itself.
Right. Because the machine itself doesn't add anything to it. It takes what the water goes through and uses that water.
Right.
So it doesn't add to it. So whatever the water source is, the machine is going to use.
Okay.
Excess calcium, it'll use what it needs to, and the rest will stick on the plates.
Oh, wow.
So you want to actually start doing the e-cleaning and also run the beauty water if you can every once in a while.
And so the pre-filter again,
Yes,
helps
correct.
relieve
Yeah,
it from the plate and do
yeah.
all the excess that
Excess,
gets
yeah.
on the plate.
I recommend pre-filters. I'll go to that part as well. The pre-filters, and go through that as well.
How long, how often and how long do you recommend we run the beauty water for the system?
Depends how big your family is. I recommend like 3 minutes a day if you can.
3 minutes.
Just capture the water, use it somewhere, don't let it run down the drain. Just capture the water, use it in the grass, plants, things like that.
But it's usually in the mornings, right? When you
Yeah,
get up?
when you first get up. Something you do on a regular basis you can be consistent with. That way you get the proper pH for your water, it's consistent, you're not having variations in testing there.
And that will help?
Yeah, this will help.
So you only have to
Yeah.
do it once a day, run this beauty one?
Yeah, it's once a day.
I thought it was.
But it depends how big your family is too, though. If your family's using it on a regular basis, then you're okay. It's just when you have those windows when you're not using the water, you just sit inside the machine, it can dry a little bit, so.
Regarding the, I'm sorry.
This is the last question. The 2.5, I read somewhere about you running that as well. You wanted that if you run the 2.5, it does something else for it? I'm not sure.
Not really, no. It's just, when you use a 2.5, it's pulling the electrolysis solution and mixing it and going right outside the machine to make the strong Kangen and also the strong acid, so.
So it's not really a
using it,
benefit to
no.
just the beauty
Beauty
water?
water is gonna be all calcium, yeah.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah.
all.
Regarding the calcium, you know, like you were mentioning, the different city is harder than others.
Right.
And so we also run into that situation, even though it's the same machine, the same purchase period, whatever. But some area tends to have that more than
calcium,
others.
right.
So what is a method that you can reduce that issue?
What you can do, each city has a water supplier that supplies the water. When when you go like the little icon there, it asks for like water source report. Usually reports about 1.5 years behind with consistent water. So say you want to know about 2017, you can pull that report down. It's going to give you a breakdown like for the calcium, as far as the bacteria that was in the water, the average there. You know, hardness, they're going to give you a big range. They won't give you a real narrow range, it's going to give you a big range. That way you can't hold them to it.
Now, how will you reduce that? If that's
With pre-filters. Pre-filters, that's the best way. Because you get that water report, it's going to tell you exactly what you want to take out of the machine.
Iron faucet doesn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Iron
I
faucet doesn't.
for free.
What is it?
So I
Just
think
do the zip code and
Oh,
they'll
and
run
they
it
pull out
from
a
it.
chart.
Iron faucet does do it, but they can oversell you as far as the filters and everything else. So I would say, you know, take what they say, do your own research, and then apply it. Because they'll sell you 4 filters, take everything out, and $3,000 you don't really need to take out. Depends if you have health issues, there's arsenic or there's uranium in your area, things like that. It's going to affect your body. But we just do a look. Go on the website. Each website you can go to. I live in Long Beach.
Right.
I pulled that report last night from 2017, 2016. Just look over calcium level, magnesium, psyllium, chromium, things that are in the water source. Because right now, with all the rain we're getting like a lot of source water coming in. Water is flowing over from the drains, it's being treated. So you get a lot more bacteria. Because pets pee on the ground, water goes inside, has to be disinfected. So you're gonna get a lot of variation of water right now. Because the water's not consistent, it's gonna always change, depends on how water comes inside.
Because I use Ultra E filter.
Yes.
Does it help, like, just like removing just like, excess chemical, not lowering their, not like, calcium or magnesium level, right?
It's gonna address, the Ultra is like, it's like the KDF and the fight micron together. It's gonna take the lead, arsenic, cadmium, things like that, chromium out of the water, certain percentage of it. It's actually on my slide, I'll show you in a minute there.
Okay.
And also,
You do recommend that KF, if that's the case?
it's an option. I always give people the option, you decide what's best for you. Right, I like the Ultra E, I work for ENAGIC. Ultra E is easy to maintain, change it once a year, sometimes twice a year. You're gonna get your best bang for the buck. Fight micron, you can see through the filter, this goes right inside here. You can see when it's getting ready to get dirty. You can change it out, it's $5. It's gonna get a really good job here at KDF. My only concern is the 3 stages of the ion exchange. It wears out. It doesn't last very long. It has a max price on it. So once a certain amount of water goes through, it's full. So you're just gonna be able to use these 2. So unless you're gonna be spending like every 3 months changing this out, you're gonna need to with 3 stages. No matter how big it is, it has a shelf life. These you can do a lot more with, but this is gonna only get changed so much to soften the water.
And then how often do we have to, change the housing of the filter?
You just want to clean the inside. You want to disinfect the inside.
Oh, okay.
So say you bring your housing here, we'll clean the inside of the filter and change the filters for you.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
get that disinfected.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them people who buy the machine, and sometimes, like I was mentioning, ask you that same question. The calcium go up,
Right.
and then they get shocked, because we tend to, sometimes we forget to inform them that, and they get really worried about it.
Right.
So what is the best explanation for them?
Well, calcium has always been in the water.
Right.
It's not visible to the naked eye.
Right.
But the process when it charges electrical charges, they cross, makes it solid. So when you turn off the alkaline water 9.5, you'll see a little cloudy a while, and then it will clear up because it's getting a fresh charge, especially if the plates have been recently serviced. So it's nothing to alarm you. It's always been in the water source. You just know you can see it with your eyes. Before you're drinking it blindly, you didn't think anything about it. But with the alkaline water, you see it. So you're more hesitant. Like, oh, is it dirty water? Is it not clear? Is it hurting my body? You have more hesitation on that.
Are you saying that the cloud that comes out of the water is the calcium, not hydrogen?
It's part of the calcium to charge. The little solid parts, TDS, the total dissolved solids, gonna say more particles of the solid in there. That's the calcium. Hydrogen is gonna be the bubbles inside the water. But the little particles you can see with your eye, that's the calcium. It's kind of mixed inside together, look really funny, but you get the hydrogen, also the particles of calcium.
One more question, Patrick, if you don't mind. Sometimes when we first buy that product, K8, and we first install it, you notice there's a lot more bubbles.
Right.
And then let's say a year later, you see less bubbles. What is happening in there?
You get a little warm to it, but it's just, the bubbles are just like a byproduct of the charge. It doesn't mean you're not getting the right pH or ROP, it's just a byproduct. So sometimes you see the bubbles, it's hydrogen, it's just part of it. But you have fresh plates, it hasn't been used,
Right.
but after a while you get a little warm, it's just an extra byproduct to it. So you still getting the proper pH, you're still getting ROP, the bubbles just aren't as high. But you can get the bubbles if you slow down your water flow until like it comes to a cascade to a point, you'll get the bubbles back. Just running the water a little slower. And you might get like a sulfur kind of fishy taste with that. That's up to you. But when it's slower to where the water's on the plates a little longer, you'll still get your bubbles back. Especially after a E cleaning or a deep cleaning.
So if there's less bubbles, it's not necessarily less strong, the water?
No, it's just a byproduct of the process. Yeah, because the water is going to change.
Does the e-cleaning help with that?
It can do that. It's just going to keep your plates fresh, but it just depends how fast you run the water through. Sometimes you gotta have more bubbles than others. It just depends. Yeah. But you're still getting the right pH, still getting ROP. You still have the benefits of it. You're just not getting the, I guess, the effects. All right. And last thing to see, after we do the deep clean with the solution here, we give it a grade of 1 through 5. So when you get your reports back, you normally see at the very bottom there where we scale 1 to 5 calcium level, or the technician will go over and say 1 to 5. 1 is going to be the best, 5 is the highest. 5 means it's basically clogged. So if you let your machine get to a level 5, 4 and 5, pretty soon your sensors in your base are going to go out. You just get too much calcium on the plates. So when they go out, you're going to have to repair it. So keep your calcium level 1, 2, 3 max, and you'll be fine. And then also do a chlorine test. You're going to test the filter as well as do a 9.5 pH test. So if you do a filter check, they can last longer than 1,500 gallons of water. Sometimes they last, a year and a half. So
that's one question I need to ask too. Normally, how long does the filter last? When I first started, they said 3,000 gallons. Is that true? Is that accurate?
No, not 3,000. No.
Not
That's
close?
1,500 is pretty standard, but
1,500?
1,500. It can last a little bit more, a little less. It depends on the water source. How much
So
water you get.
average is 1,500, not
1,500.
3,000.
No.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, somebody said 3,000 lights. No
That's
way.
what I've been hearing all.
So I got water from that's two sources here to test your filter. Okay. So even with the K8 here, like your filter may say it needs to be changed, just test it with the chlorine, it's gonna let you know. If it doesn't need to be changed, just hit the reset buttons, keep going. But test, you need to spend $5, so you don't spend 135, 130. Now I'm going to drop chlorine in both of these, and you'll see the difference, which one's still good and which one is not. And this is all for all machines, K8, SD501, Supra, the chlorine test. When you buy a machine, you get the pH drops, but you don't get the chlorine drops.
What pH level is this?
Not doing the pH, the chlorine test. Yeah, testing the filter here for you.
When the filter asks for reset, is it basically all about the chlorine?
It's based on how much water's gone through when the machine says to reset.
But when you're saying check to see if the chlorine's still coming through, if it isn't, then you can keep using the
You're saying you
filter
keep using it. It's got more life to it. You want to drop? If it stays clear, it's still good. If it starts to get kind of yellowish, it's no longer taking on chlorine. It takes about maybe 2 minutes for it to, you'll see a difference. You can see a difference already.
So we can't really rely on the setting bars.
No, the setting is just a guideline for you. So the chlorine test is telling you if it's
That's
actually
the way
working.
to go.
It's $5. Definitely get it, $5.
One drop is enough?
One drop's enough. In the caps like this, one drop. If you guys want to come around and take a look at it, you can see a little easier. It's hard to see from far.
Yeah, more
but you can see the
yellow.
difference as far as more yellow.
See it, yeah.
So this is what we do in the back. We run the machine, we do a deep cleaning, we test
It's
your
the one
filter.
on your left, right? It's turning yellow?
Yeah, it's one here, yeah.
That's the one that makes sure my eyes was good from where I'm sitting.
So you want to test your filter. So we go to the back. And then we test the strong acid, which I can't do here because I don't have a water source. But we test the pH here. But it's the orange button, the 2.5. We test that to make sure it's still making strong acid. And then we also can do an ROP test for you to make sure you have the health benefits. It's just an additional charge, $10, and you'll get a score. I recommend doing that. Your meter just has to be calibrated the correct way, but I recommend if you're using it for health benefits or giving it to customers, definitely spend $10 to get the ROP test. Unless you have a meter, definitely spend $10.
So President, do we need to made on a 6, 7, and 8 test, or just one of them?
I'm sorry?
You need to test for pH, for the acid, and ORP. We just need to do one, or we have to do one of them?
I would say on an annual basis, do all three, and then when you're at home, like during the month, just do a pH test. pH test and the chlorine test is fine at home, but on an annual basis, do an RLP test. So make sure you're getting the health benefits of it. So it's fight like diabetes and cells. You're getting that actual RLP, so it's gonna help you fight that. You're maybe drinking it for health benefits.
Patrick, one question. How do we test the pH 2.5?
pH 2.5.
Yeah.
Same thing with the chlorine drops.
Just with the chlorine?
Yeah, chlorine, yeah. This is gonna be used for the chlorine drops as well. So it tests your filter as well as your strong acid. So say I got water coming through here, I have the 2.5, it's going through the secondary stand. Same thing, run the capsule, it's gonna be orange. It's gonna match the color that's actually displayed here. So when you want to audit through, you want to drop chlorine in there, it should be orange.
It should be orange.
It should be
The
orange.
chlorine or the red one?
Chlorine. This is only for the pH.
So if it's a lighter color, what does that mean?
It's not as strong.
Okay.
It's kind of yellow, it's not as strong. You need to slow down the water flow and let it get a stronger charge, or and you get the orange. So yeah, pH, this is for the 9.5, all the orange purple buttons here. This is for the filter and the strong acid.
So that
You
means
put the red-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
The strong acid water contains a lot of chlorine?
No, it recognizes it. It triggers
Oh,
that
okay.
sense of strong acid. It's
Okay.
like, hey, test for it.
So does the red, if you put the red drops on the pH 2.5, it also turns orange?
Not in the 2.5.
Yeah,
Strong
that's
acid?
how we do it in the demo.
On 2.5?
Yes.
Are you getting the water out of here, or are you getting the water out of the bottom?
At the bottom, but when
Bottom
we're
is
showing
2.5.
people the acidity, you can,
Top
the
is-
red
Yeah, this
drops.
would be orange here. We can actually test the front just to make sure it's okay. But the water should be actually orange at the very bottom. You'll see also a little trace of orange in there. But this is gonna get you telltale.
It also comes down about, when we test the water, how it splits the water from alkaline to
Yeah, sorry,
acidic.
alkaline, yeah.
So we take from the top hose and also same time taking them from the bottom hose.
Okay.
And then we put the pH level, one would come out purple and the other one would come out more orange.
Right.
Yeah, because this one's gonna come out more purple because it's
Right,
higher. Yeah.
right.
We'll have it.
Yeah, this one's gonna come orange.
Probably 11.5.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 11, depends on the
Yeah,
water
right,
source.
right.
It's gonna come out purple, a little more rich purple than the 9.5. This is come out orange using that. But you can, this is very.
This also answers the same question.
Yeah.
pH.
Yeah, it's pH error. So there are different ways you can do it, but yeah, testing strong acid when you use chlorine, it's been orange error.
Big gas.
And are you guys getting RLPs on testing your machines at all, or are you just more into the pH?
I do RP.
RP? Definitely something to have, the
Yeah.
RP. Like I said, it's $10, you get that report, it's really good to have. Especially if you're giving water, building a business, and they're getting health benefits of it, it's definitely good to have. All right, so doing the e-cleaning here. Sometimes you give it to your customers to do the e-cleaning. So I'm gonna read over what it actually does. Turn off the machine and unplug it. Most important, turn off the machine and unplug it. You don't want any power going on, you don't need e-cleaning.
You have to unplug when you're doing an
This
interview?
is the best way to unplug it.
Even for the KA?
No, this is different.
Okay.
That's just for the SD501.
Oh, okay.
Not the,
Okay.
So if the power is off, but the plug is still in the socket, is that a problem?
It's not a
As long as
problem, we
it's
just
turned
don't want
off?
any issues like someone coming to turn on the machine during e-cleaning and then create an issue within the plates itself. So if there's no power, there's no plug, it's not gonna get any kind of charge. We had a lady that said, don't e-clean, no power. She's doing e-cleaning and she turns on the power. I'm like, why'd you turn on the power?
Right.
She know why. So we just, err on the side of caution, pull plug, no power. You don't need it. This is
Say that again for when you're doing the e-clean, like
Yeah.
for instance, you pay, like you know how it says the e-clean? So you start it and unplug it?
No, I'm sorry, that's just that's for the SD501.
Oh,
other models.
SD501.
Yeah, this one has that power.
Oh, okay.
This has that power. We're doing e-cleaning on this one right now as we speak.
Thank you.
Yeah, this one, yeah. That's one, yeah, this one's totally different. That's for the SD501, the other models we have. All right. So we're gonna pour one packet into the CPU as far as doing the,
Hey Patrick, I got a quick question. So
Sure.
what does happen if you energize the plates with the citric acid water in place?
it can kind of damage a little bit. Maybe we just try to err on the side of caution. You know, we don't want to damage your plates once you get the correct water.
It
Yeah.
can damage plates?
It can cause issues, cause taste issues.
Okay.
Because you have to rinse it a lot because it's got the citric acid inside there. You don't want that on there.
Okay.
You get that with a charge. Even though like when we do e-cleaning, there's no power.
Right.
The e-cleaning, there's no power in the machines itself. don't turn the power on to actually rinse the machine. We just don't want to charge that citric acid on the plates. Just the ions there for taste, because we'll get it back. Oh, it tastes different. Well, it needs to be rinsed a lot more.
So rinsing will resolve that?
It can, but we try to adhere to that, have that happen. We try to err inside the
It
cost.
does happen.
Yeah, it does happen. We try to, but we try to no power. So, oh, just put power, my kid pushes on her, so things happen. We just try to see maybe rinse a little extra more so that goes away. Because it's gonna be stuck in that tube and get that charge.
Will a second E-clean help?
It can, but like I said, it's, once you already have that charge on the plates, you don't wanna add more to it. Because you just wanna just rinse it all the way out. So maybe instead of rinsing it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then test for pH, make sure you're getting the right charges there. Yeah, but it does happen, we try to err when it doesn't happen.
Patrick, if a person e-clean and they forget to leave the filter in there, and I notice the filter is done with, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, they literally have to change.
You change the filter, yeah. You can damage the filter. Yeah, the e-cleaning ones, that's citric acid,
Yeah.
the carbon with the.
That's why you get the
charcoal
fishy
filter.
smells.
Yeah, no, it takes away the ability to absorb the chlorine.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
that's what it's
So
basically.
in that case, you have to change. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. You can try to rinse it through, but it all depends. It's like, everybody's gonna taste a little different, it's gonna go a little different, so depends on your liking.
Are you gonna show us how to do the e-cleaner on the K8?
We actually started that, when we first started the K8 cleaning. We went through that at the very beginning.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no, I can go through that with you later. We can go through
Okay,
that.
cool.
Because it takes 3 hours to go through, so I wanted to show how the water starts pulling through here. We have this capped off here, and water kind of cascades out. So it's a 3-hour process, then we have to rinse. So that's why I want to do it first. So it's been maybe about 45 minutes to an hour here. You can at least see the solution pull through.
So you, where's the CPU? I'm sorry,
That's right, it's right here.
Hey, okay.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Would you recommend cleaning out the flex hose? Like, do you see like a lot of calcium buildup in the hose or?
You get a lot of calcium buildup right inside here. That's where the plates locate to the elbow here. There's like a little narrow area where the water comes through. That's where you're gonna get the restriction of calcium. That's why we do the e-clean to push that. Otherwise, when that restricts, all of a sudden, restricts the water, has nowhere to go. So it's gonna crack the plates. It goes back to the plates. So it's not a big area for the water to flow through. It's very narrow because it's getting in charge.
Oh, I see.
I see a lot of blackened things on the pipe, even if you do an e-clean. Yeah.
So here, yeah, this is the dirt that's in the air.
Okay,
So like,
how
say
do you
this
see
is
that?
close.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, you know, you can get like a little brush inside. It's just the dirt that's in the air. It's exposed, water's inside there. It's just exposed.
Pipe.
Yes. Yeah, just take like a little brush inside there and just flush it through. Yeah. It's not gonna be all the way down to here. It's just gonna be on the tip here because you have plastic that's exposed.
It look like a little mushy, brown.
It's over a period of time. You're not actually looking inside there on anything. You won't see it because your water's like this. Because your water's going out. The minute you turn it up, you can see it.
I missed the part, why are the hoses turned up again?
Oh, so it pushes the water through. It makes the machine work harder to push the machine out. So this is capped off so the water doesn't go out here. So it forces the water through the machine and up.
Patrick, I've been told that you can use vinegar. Is that, no, not at all?
Definitely never use vinegar.
At all?
Never
Well,
use
what's the
vinegar.
side effect of using that?
The water's gonna taste really bad. It's gonna stay in the tubing inside. It's gonna always have a bad taste to your water. It's not gonna taste good. And also it's gonna kill your sensors in your base.
And, okay.
Yeah. It takes forever to get that out. Sometimes you change all the tubing to get that vinegar smell out. It's very potent.
Okay, so it's not recommended here.
Never use vinegar
On the machine?
on the machine. Never clean it with vinegar. Use the citric acid, do an e-clean, never use vinegar.
Okay.
Because imagine running vinegar on your plates and everything else. The titanium plates, vinegar gets inside on your tubing. I'm not sure if you guys ever use vinegar for cleaning, it disinfects, but it leaves a linger on, because your tubing is plastic inside, it's like glass. So it can absorb that vinegar taste.
Okay.
Now it will go away with the deep cleaning, out of there.
So you mentioned when you do the e-clean, keep the hose up like that or?
Yeah, just like this, so the water pushes the water through. This makes the machine work a little harder to clean it. So the water's down here, because it's starting down here, it's going inside and your tubing here, all the way through here and out. So you want to make sure that you're forcing the water through. I mean, you can do like this, it's up to you. We just kind of do it like this in the back, just to make the water push itself through. Make sure the pump is still working correctly. All right, so after we do these, rinse the machine with the solution there, the patent solution we have, we mix it, run the water through, 10 to 15 minutes with the CPU, doing the e-cleaning here. So people do about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes, and then stop the water from the CPU, put your filter back inside, and then run that through about 3 more minutes, and then you're ready to drink your water.
Patrick,
Yes.
on the packets, I bought a bottle that's loose, and it says 400 milliliters, milliliters rather.
It should be like a capsule.
Is that this, is that just one little
One
capsule?
capsule, yeah, one little capsule.
Equals that one packet?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
same, yeah, one little packet, yeah, one scoop.
So, I have a question. When we do e-clean, so why the calcium come up so much when you're racing, you add so much calcium in the machine? Is that too much calcium in the machine?
But it's not all calcium, you have like
It's not that.
minerals, you have like calcium inside the machine, you have magnesium,
It's
minerals.
Milk, really like milk. It come out like milk.
You're doing e-cleaning as far as?
Yeah. Somehow it's popping up so much, because maybe I do too many.
You put two, how many scoops you put in it? Per
2 scoops.
No, that's too much, you need one.
Well, for
So
the
much.
K8, it says 2 scoops. though.
Yeah, this issue with that, it's just, we don't recommend doing 2 scoops. It says in the manual, they can't change it, it's been printed out, it's all going out, so it's been changed, but yeah. It's recommend 1 scoop.
We try to clean it twice for one time.
It makes a lot.
Pop it up, it's like, the rice water.
It's too much, it's too concentrated, it's too rinse, so you spend more time rinsing it out, just use 1 scoop. Just use 1 scoop and do it twice a month.
So what's the difference between 1 scoop and 2 scoop benefit for the machine?
It's just, it's stronger stuff, but it actually.
I thought it was more supposed to help more clean.
No, you don't need it.
So we don't need the opposite way again?
Yeah, just do it once, 1 scoop, twice a month, that's all you need.
But does it do any difference because it's just aesthetic, which is that will clean up the, I think the more the better.
Yeah, but you gotta realize you have plastic tubing inside that's connecting certain areas. So if it's too strong, you have connectors at the very end. It's flat here, close goes here. Over a period of time, if it's too strong, it's gonna eat away that area. All of a sudden you have leaks inside your machine because it's too strong. It may not be initially, but over a period of time, you'll start seeing a clean leak inside. You open up this machine, you see it on this plates here. Because the area where it connects there is exposed. So warmer acid's gonna sit, if you don't rinse it all the way out either, it's gonna sit down there, it's gonna eat through, and all of a sudden you get a leak.
So is that the reason why you don't use a vinegar, because it's stronger acid?
Vinegar, it's not healthy for the machine, it's not healthy for the quality taste of the machine, and there's no really benefit for it. I mean, it cleans itself, but it's gonna taste really bad, the water's gonna affect the taste.
So just wrap it up, 1 scoop,
1 scoop.
twice a week?
No,
Twice a
once,
month.
twice a month.
Twice a month.
How big is your family?
Big.
Big. So yeah, just 1 scoop. If you got a big family, yeah, just do it weekly. How big is big?
Big. My wife never stops.
No, yeah. Just do it like once a week.
Once a week. So if I keep you clean once a week, twice a week, would be okay.
You just do that, and also, do you have any pre-filters?
Yes.
Okay, what pre-filters do you have?
Pretty much like that.
These days?
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you're changing those out, and then e-cleaning once a week, a big family, just to maintain.
So,
And then still test the water.
so the more you clean is better for the machine, is not.
There's no really bad for it, it depends on how much use you get out of it. Because you have to maintain it, you're maintaining the machine.
I maintain the same, I put 2 scoops in the now, I do 1 scoop once a week and twice a week. For the
1 scoop, once a week, and do a week
Or
and a
twice
half for your
a
big
week.
family. It's up to you, I mean, like I said. It's up
So
to
it's
you.
not really
Yeah.
affect that much.
It's up to you. If you wanna wear out your hoses and it leaks through and it costs you money, that's up to you. Just do 1 scoop, once a week. You can do it every week. If you want to do big family, you change your pre-filters, change your regular filter, then you're fine. Yeah, you don't have to do 2 scoops, it's not necessary. Yeah. Because you gotta realize that all that cleaning is going on your plates. That's the most, you have titanium plates. They can wear over a period of time, they're not gonna last. So you wanna maintain it so that a good quality for a period of time. You don't wanna worry about it in 2 years.
So that's why it's too much clean is not good either.
Not too much cleaning, but too strong coating all the time. Imagine you're doing 2 scoops every 2 weeks, 3 times a month, and then you come here for a service here. That's a lot of wear and tear on your tubing as well as your plates. So,
They also wear the plates.
Sorry?
And we want to wear out the plates.
Yeah, you want to wear on the plates. You stop here, or people start to go down, you won't get the charge. That's the main thing you want to have to do with it. So,
It's
yeah.
just like a rock, as the water keep going through, they will be stopping the rock.
Yeah, I mean, but you got the pre-filters, yeah, it's not necessary. It's overkill, you don't need that much. Yeah, just once a week, you got a big family, change out your pre-filters, you're gonna get quality water. Just make sure you change out the pre-filters, that's the main thing.
Can I please clarify, just to avoid confusion? So you're saying that even though the display asks for 2 scoops and the manual says 2 scoops,
Yeah,
now
Yeah,
you
from our
guys-
testing back here, yeah, you don't have to do 2 scoops, 1 scoop's fine. 1 scoop's fine.
are you gonna change that, or?
I don't know if they're gonna change it from our testing here and everything else we've done. from our techs from Japan, one scoop has been status. We have our lead trader right there, AK, that does
So
training
what
everything else.
will
So it's-
happen if people aren't here today and they don't know that, and they're following the instructions on the machine that they got? What will happen if they use 2 scoops once a month to do anything?
I mean, they can do it, just have to rinse a lot more. We just
You
don't.
just have to rinse
a
extra?
lot more, yeah, rinse a lot more. You know, that's not necessary. It ends up being.
So it'll still be effective if you put
Still
one
be,
scoop?
yeah, but you don't need, yeah, still be effective with 1 scoop. Same thing for this has 8 plates. The SD501 has 7 plates. There's just 1 plate difference there.
Yeah.
So yeah, just 1 scoop is gonna be fine. Unless you have a big family that you drink a lot of water, you're giving water to like people all day long, then you wanna do it more often. But 1 scoop is strong enough.
So it's better to do more often with 1 scoop than
Just
once in a while with 2?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
That's the answer.
And then like, it doesn't make any difference like leaving their e-cleaning process, like with their, how do you call it? It's, yeah, like does it make sense like leave it longer while its solution is like still in the machine?
Soaking it longer?
Like instead of like 5 hours, if I leave it like 10 hours, does it help?
If you wanna go to 10 hours, I mean, it's between 5 to 8 hours. That's
Yeah.
gonna be more, that's
Okay.
gonna be good.
All right.
It's gonna marinate. It depends. If you're like doing your e-cleaning on a regular basis, it's gonna be fine.
Okay.
So when you go through those windows where you don't do it, you can start seeing the effect of the quality of water.
All right.
You go like, water's gonna test it. But this constantly test your water with pH.
Okay.
They do that. Now I found this, we have a video on our website as far as doing the e-cleaning. I like the way she did the e-cleaning here, so I wanted you guys to take a look at that. And that's for the SD501. You use the Junior 2, all the models. So there's a couple extra steps.
The very first